Okay, here we go. We're going to look at some more Stronghold battles. This is from September 4th. The first game here, we've got a Legionnaire with us in the 85M, so we know we're going to be a little bit disjunct with our movements, I guess. We're going to have a little bit of a harder time coordinating our movements. I think that's only for one battle, and we get somebody else in after this from the clan that is actually talking to us on TeamSpeak. So I'm gonna scout the south. People in the north are gonna be ready to shoot. It's always a little tricky to know how deep to get vision there. Yeah, I was expecting to be spotted. He wants to come attack me. I need to distance myself. It looked like he was at range there and I could get away with another peek, but clearly that didn't work. Hopefully our guys have firing angles from the middle. You can see that we kind of split our forces to make sure we're covering the north. Now that it looks like we know where they're going, we're going to reconvene on the central part of the hill. We should be able to get various angles of fire support from that middle position into the south. Basically, they're all spotted now. We know where they are. I'm kind of right on that border where I'm gonna maybe get spotted. You know, these guys are at like 420, 400 some odd meters. So I should be able to get away with a few shots here. But I got spotted, so they must have somebody with really good view range on their team. So this, I'll say that I haven't watched these videos yet. I guess this is from roughly 3 weeks ago, so I don't remember everything that happens in these, so it's be a little bit of a surprise. Maybe it's better that way. But I do remember the middle part of this battle being a little bit stagnant. Again, spotted there really unexpectedly. It was that 64. He spotted me with awesome camo. Granted, I was shooting, but I mean, we're at like 430 meters there, so I'm really surprised he spotted me. And I should probably have taken that as a cue to not shoot anymore. So, or else shoot from a little farther away. He must have binocs, because I don't think he would have spotted me otherwise. I always find it hard to know if we should drop Artie on this map. I think they dropped Artie, or maybe they just shot. They killed one of our Cromwells in the middle. I say this a lot, that's not really what we're trying to do. We're trying to sit up here and not take damage. Yeah, I should have known that I was going to get spotted. I think I knew I was going to get spotted, or suspected I could get spotted there, but I was able to dive off the ridge. And I'm still getting some effective spotting out. So yeah, when we're doing a play like this, the guy's job in the middle, those guys really need to not be spotted. I think part of the issue, in retrospect, is that their 64 has binocs and really good view range. There, it's the same thing again. You know, the idea is to get free damage there. The idea isn't to sit in the open and get all shot up. We're not doing a very good job of, you know, not getting all shot up. I shouldn't have shot that Artie. That dude was obviously going to back off that hill. But well, too late now. I think part of it was we were down 2 tanks and I was feeling really antsy to kind of get any sort of extra damage into it. So, again, really stagnant. It's always a question of, should we try to make a play? Should we wrap the mediums back around to the south and try to push? Again, knowing full well that it might be a little challenging because of our tank disadvantage now, but also, you know, they shot Artie. They shot Artie to kill another Cromwell. You know, even if you're behind a rock and Artie's still in the game, they can blast you. At this point, we really need to force them to make pushes. We can't really risk ourselves. We have to play really defensively. It's amazing that he's not spotting me. So it's amazing that the other guy did spot me. So here we got to be a little careful on that ridge about getting proxy spotted. I'm going to get spotted by that Cromwell here in a second. Oh. Well, at least he's a one-shot. Our other 64 just signaled that he's out of ammo? Really? Don't remember that. So yeah, you know, at this point in the game, we're kind of trying not to lose. There's 3 minutes left. If we can just slow their advance down a little bit, it'd be useful. Different ways to try to hunker up, and it's probably best to slow play that so they don't feel like they can just quickly gain map control. So I'm sort of trying to do a little bit of a slow retreat. We probably should have a guy or two go up to the north. If the other 64 is out of ammo, that's going to be pretty challenging. This guy was shooting pretty cleanly before without getting spotted. That should be fine. One of their Cromwells is a one-shot. And I think their light tank has half health or so. I'd expect them to be wrapping around from the north. Yep, there they are. That was pretty predictable based on their last positioning and the fact that they weren't seen anywhere else. Two minutes left. I wonder if I should have stayed. We're kind of at the point where if they want to win, they're really going to have to move. You know, hoping to force a draw, I think is reasonable. I'm kind of thinking, well, if they're not on cap now, maybe I've seen people hide back here in the past. I don't know exactly where they go, but you know, maybe I can, if we keep them off of cap for another 30 seconds or so, maybe we'll be alright. I'm starting to figure out, okay, maybe I do need to go kill one or two of these guys, but then I'll be exposed. Look, Rom will be okay. Is there 64 in the north going to be the kind of designated survivor? Maybe if he would have went towards A1, would have been better. I saw a tree down there to the left. You know, I'm still in that mode of, God, should I just try to live? Or should I, am I going to have to actually shoot these guys? How far out of position are they? Now they're back kind of in cap. Two of them are one-shots though. But I think they're going to have enough time to cap. I'm just, I don't know. Yeah, they have just enough time to cap that I need to get a reset. Really needed that second shot to go. Or did I? Okay, we gotta force the draw. That's a really protracted, drawn out, boring game for a draw, but I mean, I guess it's better than a loss. So we decided to try it out in 45Ms again. Traditionally, we have not had as much success with this, so we haven't had as much fun with it either. We generally like to have quick repositioning ability, but you know, I guess it's good to mix it up. A lot of other teams have success with this sort of lineup. So here we're actually disadvantaged in mobility. A couple of the guys did not have 85Ms. Rudy's are similar, but not good, not really good frontal armor in the same way. I think their gun handling's better, if I remember. It's been a while since I played mine. Light take, working out front. 30-45Ms. We're going to try to get to the hill. Their OI should have no business being anywhere near the fight for quite a while. We should have an armor advantage against the Cromwells. We've got to be a little bit careful about getting backdoored against a team with 2 light tanks like this. And in fact, our light tank is doing so now. He's putting himself in a position to make sure that we don't get anybody sneaking through the back. So that guy should probably move over to the right here so I don't get spotted going up the hill. But to me, I would say that it looks like we really need to win the hill right now. We've committed a lot of resources to winning the hill, and they've got guys everywhere else. We probably should break off the back 2 at least to go deal with whatever's next, because these guys look like they're going to be able to get off the hill. They threw arty at us to try to, I think, to try to keep these 2 guys alive. Yeah, I think I see how this is. I don't remember this, but I think I see how this is going to set up. So we have to kill anything here. We have got way too many resources. But to me, it looks like what's going to happen is that we're going to leave our back side open to attack. I'm sure they'll have guys down in the woods ready to shoot back up at us here. Yep, there was something. And yes, of course, we're getting backdoored. We should have sent 2 back right away. That's going to be my fault. I saw it in retrospect. I didn't see it at the time. So we are sending the 2 Rudies back to deal with that, but we're really needing to make a decision here. Should we go forward or backwards, or what do we need to do to try to get a win? I think I'm not spotted. I think we're also getting way too shot up on top. Yeah, we are. Somehow they're managing shots into us. Should almost shoot HE. Yeah, okay, I load HE at him here. They're capping us. We got Rudy's going back. Our light tank died. I would expect their other light tanks to have repositioned. They must have been spotted on the return, and so they left cap. We probably need to just commit. Yeah, I'm probably overexposing my tank here too. And that Cromwell, I'm not sure how he hit me. Where did he hit me from? Way back in the corner there. He must have got a lucky shot. Yeah, this guy's advancing now. We really do need to get him out. We need to spend some hit points there to take a tank out. We don't quite accomplish that. We lost too many tanks up on the hill ourselves. Oops. Oh, so weird at the replay mode there. We lost way too many tanks up on top. We're not, I guess, able to stay hull down correctly. now they're able to push in because they were able to snipe us off the hill, and tanks with worse gun handling and worse guns against tanks with better armor. So I'd consider that we were probably overexposing. When they had that 3045M behind that rock, I would expect we were way overexposing ourselves to fire from below, is what happened there. And they probably just shot us when we were overexposing our tanks. I think that, you know, they weren't really going to accomplish anything there, so got to be a little careful, more careful with our hit points, I think. And then I guess the other argument is maybe we should have been more decisive. Maybe when it was clear that they had some tanks away from our main force, we should have pushed with our 85Ms off the top of the hill. You know, we would have had 4 tanks there. It certainly would have been taking fire down into it as we, from like the OI and the PK and stuff. You know, I wonder if we could have got away with it though. So there's a loss. Okay, so this is probably one of the better scenarios that we could have with this lineup. A dominant corridor map, or a map I should say with a dominant corridor, against tanks that we should really be able to keep out of the fight or, you know, mitigate. For instance, they have 2 tank destroyers that should just get completely shredded by our guns. I don't think they have even better DPM than these things. I'd have to look at that, but I don't know. They've got a couple, you know, 4 of their tanks have essentially no armor. Where we've got armor, we've got good DPM, we've got good mobility. If we see tank destroyers on this flank, we have to be able to attack in immediately because of those advantages. So that's the plan. We need to, if they're here at all, be super aggressive against them. So here they are. Let's try to be aggressive. Get right into it. You know, you can attack around the corner here without taking too much return fire. I think we got too aggressive up top. There's also a tank behind us. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. We lost one of our Rudies already. You know, at this point I think we just need to commit to a direction and go. So I said let's go above. We're being a little too pinned down here for having 2 of their tanks not in the fight at all. We definitely should have been more aggressive with this fight. Yeah, right here, there's 2 tanks. They have no cover. We need to go in. We need to take this 3-on-2. It'll be very quickly a 3-on-1, and then push around. I don't want to take too many shots because of my health. There we go. Kill the Cromwell next. Be a little worried about tanks behind us. Not too big of a deal. Should have cover from the behind. Their Dickermax still hasn't been in the fight. There it finally is. We need to regroup here. Get our guns blazing. I think that stagnated way too much. Hopefully we can keep our light tank alive. That helps. And now he should have no chance. We've got a light tank flanking him. Yeah, I feel like that could have gone smoother. They had a tank that basically didn't shoot until we were winning positions. We needed to win that a lot quicker. It went way too slow. Got a little messy when they got a tank behind us, but yeah, I don't think we were aggressive enough actually. This is so zoomed in. All right, Westfield. Or Redshire, rather. Got a pretty similar lineup to them. We're going to try to take a fight along this corridor. I think the Rudies are going to go into the castle to try to provide crossfire while we take the middle with the 8485Ms. Light tank is just going to take a look. Their light tank is, for what it looks like, doing the same thing. I would expect most of their team to be with their Cromwell and their light tank to be out of position. So we should have a fairish fight here. I feel like one of the problems is we don't do well in fair fights, actually. We don't do well tank for tank. So, even though our Rudies are still in a position, this guy needs to die, right? So, we need to go in on him while he's unsupported. So he should die. I'm taking that for granted a little bit to try to keep our flank clear. He's still not dead though, unfortunately. Still not dead. He needs to have died quite a while ago. There, he finally died. And we lost a lot of health already. Now they're coming over the top. Again, if they're going to come over the top, we need to severely punish them for that. Hopefully our Rudies on the side are getting effective fire. We're up by a tank. Keep fire there. And then all of a sudden we completely lose control of the game. So hopefully the Rudies can bring us back. I'm not sure what happened to the light tank. But, you know, I would call... To me, that would look like we lost a fight. I don't know, was it a fair fight even? In some ways it wasn't, because they should have had... they should have had crossfire onto them. So I don't know if our Rudies were not getting effective crossfire. They should have had really clean cross shots. And our 85Ms in the middle just needed to kind of just sit and tank. Maybe I made a mistake when I turned my... I don't know if I did when I turned my... Maybe I needed to just accept I was going to get shot from the side and clean the middle a little sooner. That first 84-85M that I thought overcommitted on their team didn't really die very quickly. We should have had, you know, 3 or 4 tanks shooting him. We just weren't able to get that done. We got a little separated here. Yeah, the other Rudy was not able to support. We should have gone together a lot more than this. You know, not sure. We still kind of have a potentially a way to win this. We have to hit that shot and not take that shot, so we overexposed. That was a bad microplay. Yeah, that was really bad actually. We needed to do a lot of things differently there. One of the things that is an issue reared its ugly head right there is that we don't, when we're left to making, you know, quick decisions as individuals and not necessarily, you know, pushing with the whole force of Cromwells, we don't make good decisions. We should have had all kinds of fire support coming in from the sides. You know, those Rudies could have almost sat in the open and shot cross shots into them. They wouldn't need to even protect themselves that much, especially when they decided to go over the top like that. You know, we didn't get kills in the middle here very effectively in this region. So, you know, there's lots of little things that were pretty ugly right there actually. On to the next. This is a map that we like to usually play down the 8-9 line. Steps has a lot of open territory in the middle, and a really slow, difficult to push one line. So most of the good things that can happen on this map happen along the eastern flank. So Pudel moving to the other way, to me that signals that we need to be aggressive on this flank because they're not going to have all their tanks here, or very likely going to have all their tanks here. We can immediately establish some dominance on this side of the map and then work from there. 64 is spotted. I'm racing now to try to cut off his escapes. So to me, he looks like he wants to escape, and I'm going to try to get up to this area to disallow his escape, while everybody else hopefully is also pursuing and trying to get to good angles. So I'm going to take crossfire if I expose myself too much here, but pretty much we need to prevent that guy from getting away. Hopefully we can go from below and get a free kill here. He's doing a really good job of skirting us. And then their whole team shows up, so we need to have preloaded HE for him. Oh, that one needed to hit. We need to get back and start supporting our team. So the Rudies went back. There's some important information there. They've got at least an 84 and now the 43. So I'm overexposing them in the open a lot of it too much here. Their stuff on cap shouldn't be an issue for us. Now I'm behind cover with this other tank, so we should be relatively unexposed here. Our Rudy gets shut down from the hill. Now again, we need to win something here because our flank is going to get collapsed. So the stuff in the middle, we need to find a way to win. We need to kill this guy that should have died already. We didn't do a very good job of setting up to kill him previously. I think that was HE that didn't roll very high. You know, the 85Ms in the corner here apparently don't have very effective shots. They're trying. So they're just shooting the rock over and over. Yeah, and they're about to get flanked. So they need to peel off and prepare for the flank. Dig in somewhere over here. I think we really needed to kill that light tank and didn't. We probably should have, as soon as we didn't kill him, peel back all of our tanks to go protect Cap. I mean, clearly we're going to have a heck of a hard time coming back from this one. They're collapsing from the north now. We've got our light tank closing, but it's not going to be enough. These guys should have pushed out straight forward there. They're letting themselves get pincered. Not killing the one shot. There it is. Yeah, I mean, a lot of things didn't go very well right there, actually. Partially because of the inflexibility of those tanks, you know. Somehow we let a tank drive across the open. I shot him once with HE and then missed. And somehow no other tank shot him, like driving across the open. We were not able to get into position to shoot a tank driving across the open. I don't really understand how that happened. And then yeah, I think the macro misplay was not sending everybody back to deal with Cap. We should have done that and then stranded. Just left the north open. They made a good play by pushing into our Rudies on the hill. Our Rudies shouldn't have been spotted. I don't know why they didn't just grab some cover up there. You know, they were not going to get shot from the north because their tanks were out of position, and we had our light tank spotting. So I think there is probably a misplay that, in that regard too, that they didn't get free damage. They got spotted and shot all to hell, even though they didn't need to be spotted. So with that, we're going to take our Cromwells back out. You know, we just don't play these tanks well, and they're not flexible enough. We're not good enough to make, you know, lots of correct plays individually all the time, apparently. Here we go, a chance to prove or disprove myself. We've got the same map, but now we're in fast tanks. We tried the 80-45Ms, we won 1, and we lost 3. And we wanted to try to get back to fast tanks. I don't remember what the thought here was. I think we were pretty heavily anticipating them camping because of skill level. That's what I'm guessing by the way that we're deployed here. So hopefully we get that guy out. I'd call that a misplay, tank driving across the open with all of us ready to shoot him, and we didn't shoot him. So this flank is going to get pushed. Apparently I need to leave. We should probably reposition our tanks to come deal with this. It would be really nice to get their middle tank out. There we go. You know, in some ways we don't have enough information yet though either. Nice to confirm or refute what they're actually doing on this flank. Yeah, so they're going this way. We need to reposition to deal with this. And there's also tanks that look like they're chilling in the back. I don't think these commands are correct. So I'm saying, well, let's flank them. We'll go counter cap them. We'll sit, I think we'll save like 2 tanks back to try to reset. And hopefully we can catch them completely out of position without any vision. So our Cromwells really need to get in the mix here. And, you know, thinking back the way this is playing, I think that I'm taking a page from the lesson we learned last time, is that when you're in that corner, it's hard to get all the way back to reset cap and support your own spawn. So as long as they're way the heck up there, why don't we try to get around to reposition and take advantage of something in the south. So we need to kill that tank in the valley first, obviously. I have 1 tank with me over here to help reset if we need. Get some crossfire. It's a bad shot. We have all kinds of tanks there in the middle to deal with that guy. And so now we've been able to use our mobility to get them out positioned. We could, I think we're just capping just to make them move more. I don't think we're really thinking we're going to camp here. Would be our typical play. Yeah, here we go. So we should just push out and kill these guys. So we need to still be a little careful here. We gotta focus fire. I guess we did keep one on cap. I'm not sure what we're doing. I'm not sure why we're getting into this. Not getting into this a little heavier with all of our tanks. We got kind of 3 that are chilling back. I think they're gonna come join us. They should if they're. So I'm saying here, let me take damage so we can kill this guy. Oh, we finally all get into it. Oh, jump on him. Yeah, ram kill. Okay, so that was exactly, I guess, what I was talking about with being able to reposition and use mobility to win the game. So it's exactly what we did. Alright, fast tanks. Let's take the mid-ridge. They've got a really atypical lineup. The AC4 experimental is not a good tank. EC8 is quite a bit slower than the Cromwells. VK2801 is, I don't think, a very competitive tank. For Strongholds, I actually like the tank, but I just don't think it's that competitive. So we're going to try to take early damage off the mid-ridge. There we go. There they are. Early damage, early damage. Hopefully free early damage. 3C4 experimental's not been trying to get across. They got a VK, so we need to deal with that guy. I think I'm sending myself and a couple Cromwells to complete this flank so we get crossfire. It's a little bit of a hairy cross right here, but they were so far not into it that I think it was safe to do so. Everybody else can just hold, and then we'll have cross shots here all day. It's behind the rock now. Oop, pay attention better than that. So we've got 3 tanks out. I think we could just go in now anytime. Surprised we haven't made that decision yet. I think we wanted to knock them off the elevated position just a little bit. These are pretty slim shots. Okay, I guess it goes. And now we can just go clean up. And that was pretty easy. On Live Oaks, I always feel like, well, so on Live Oaks, I feel like going south is the best play, or playing, I should say, playing the east. Depending on their team and how good they are and how separated they're apt to get, I usually like to counter spot the other side. That way, if they're spotted here, we can easily turn around. I don't usually take this path. I usually do this a little differently. It's interesting that I'm not spotted here. With him not being aggressive, I expect that he's kind of the lone light tank. Whenever they have a Su-100Y or any other tank destroyers, you kind of have to make them pay for taking inflexible tanks. You know, the VK-31Ps are also, I would say, this is the bush that I actually like better. Those tanks are also fairly inflexible in a lot of ways. They have alpha or whatever. There's some good things about them, but they're kind of inflexible. They got a heavy tank. So the idea is to take early damage from them, give them early damage, I should say, along the southern flank. Try not to, you know, the danger here is that they're camping in some form, so they're going to have probably some tanks in the middle that we can take. We want to be careful about not taking crossfire from, and then I'll tank back here. They're trying to draw us out into a crossfire from there, and there is often what's happening. If they're not doing that, then they're just kind of completely camping. I guess they could be on the back side of this hill too, in similar fashion. So, you know, honestly, I don't know. Or remember, I should say, what's happening over there. I think we were able to take that corner safely, and there we go. So they were trying to get crossfire from this location. They're heavies. They weren't decisive. I should expect that I should push in here any second. As soon as I run out of shots, I bet I will. I'm also, though, spotting them across the way here, so I'm not sure if I've been spotting these guys or if our guys up on the tracks are spotting. But I really should go and grab the hill position and spot them for our guys. Light tank in the middle. This guy needs to die. Hopefully my team can shoot him. That was a bad shot. That was also a bad shot. There he is. Try to double bush there if I can. Looks like I'm spotted. I need to wiggle here. There we go. Get some cover. Now I should be able to take the middle position. I should have taken it sooner. I don't know why I didn't. Go dark. We're kind of letting this play slower than I needed to, I think. Oh, I know what's happening with replay. So they changed the prompts and all that, so my clicking on the maps are turning into affirmatives because this is a patch old, I guess. Alright, now we should have them in pretty big trouble. Was not expecting to get spotted there. I don't think that 85 has a place to hide. There we go. Su-100Y could still give us trouble. Will give me trouble. Could one-shot me. I think we're going to win, so we can close with our Cromwells now that they don't have anybody in a position to crossfire. I'll take the middle just to make sure that that's the case. Just going to ignore that and close. So we should be able to get right in here. Oh yeah, we got to kill the guy streaking across the open. I was thinking I'll break off and get the Su-100Y spotted at the very least, so we can kind of complete this flank. Ram kill. That was a good one.